loved the Lone Ranger, and I loved that Dennis Law. Him and George Best, they sure knew how to kick a ball. I wanted to be a cowboy and learn to crack a whip, stand up in that lonely street to 6 guns on my hip. Along the mighty Beatles came, and everyone went, ah! They could play and sing and everything, and of course that John could draw. Well, that was it for me. I never once looked back. At tricks to learn and waves to catch, I had a plan of attack.
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me, pal? Then we headed south, where the surf came crashing in, from black and white to colour, from innocence to sin. It was summer in December, blowing heat waves in my mind, people talking funny, some cruel and some were kind. From the crackle of the cane to the frown of a big black snake, from the breakers at Bondi and down to Wallaga Lake, from the sound of a million fly screen doors closing on the past, like that chimney the fires couldn't burn, I was built to last.
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me, pal? When I flew across the ocean, I was number one. People gave me everything, and I didn't need a gun. Walking down that avenue, I never felt so alive. People calling out my name, and I'd only just arrived. There was a tightrope walking bagpiper in the middle of Central Park. Steam was rising from the ground. I wore my cape out after dark. I had myself a moment, my day out in the sun. It's an unfinished story, but it's more than just begun. And I know more than one thing, but not more than 2 or 3. And I'll tell you if you'll listen, and I'll tell you for free. It's no life being a cowboy and eating all them beans. Coffee's cold and the herd is gone, and all you've got's your dreams. You can always put your spurs back on, but save them for Halloween. You're better off heading north, or somewhere you've never been.
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me, pal?
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me?
I said, are you looking at me, pal? Or somewhere you've never been.
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me?